Good evening. Can I start by thanking Kyla for that very kind, more than a gesture, that carpet of welcome and carpet of thanks, and I'm sure it will find a fitting place in this Parliament. Can I thank on behalf of all my colleagues who I recognise here tonight, past and present parliamentarians. You've been recognised already, but can I thank you all for the support that you provided to the Australian Armenian community, including our Premier, but importantly representing all sides of Parliament, both past and present. We've heard from a number of representatives previously who have historically, particularly Peter Collins and Michael Fodia, supported this cause for many years. But can I, on behalf of all of us, thank you for what you have done to welcome us and to embrace us as parliamentarians and to allow us to be part of your community, including in your hospitality here tonight, so particularly to the ANC, but also to the Australian Armenian community. Can we say thank you to you, and can we all join in thanking the ANC for putting on this tonight? I had the privilege a few years ago, on the occasion of the centenary of the Armenian Genocide in 2015, to speak to many of you at the Sydney Town Hall. And on that occasion, I recognised that we were also in the presence of 1.5 million souls of Armenians who had perished in the Armenian Genocide. And I think it's appropriate to do so again tonight, to recognise the spirit of those people in this room, and to join with others who have tonight called for recognition from the Australian Parliament of that sad atrocity which we remember particularly tonight. Can I say that in politics, what is most important to me, and I know to many of my colleagues, is principle. A principle of acting in a way that we as humans can be proud of. And in doing so, we need to recognise certain principles. We need to recognise principles consistent with basic human rights. Human rights that recognise that genocide, under any interpretation, is fundamentally wrong. A recognition also that people should have a right to self-determination, whether it be in Artsakh or in other parts of the world. And consistent with that, the democratic principles that we value so much in our Australian way of life. And it's also a principle that recognises what is right over what might be opportune at any one point in time. But it's important that we don't just have belief in principles, but that that conviction translates itself into action. And that's the sort of action that the Armenian-Australian Friendship Group does try to make a reality. And there are various ways that we do that, and there are members in this room of Parliament who have passed motions, who have spoken in the Parliament in pursuit of such action. As we've heard, there were members of Parliament who have visited either Armenia or Artsakh in support of those causes that we've spoken about tonight. The mere presence of so many parliamentarians tonight is indicative of the belief and the actual living out of those convictions in action that you see here this evening. And I thank again my parliamentary colleagues who have shown that respect to your community tonight. And it's also an action that we see through the meetings of the Australian Armenian Friendship Group. And indeed we have a meeting coming up on the 15th of March where we will welcome a representative of the President of Artsakh to this Parliament. So I say to my parliamentary colleagues, thank you. I say to our Armenian-Australian friends, thank you. It has been a wonderful evening. I know I'm followed by Vatre, who is a great friend and who led the ANC on the ground for many years. Hager's doing a great job now. I know Varant's here tonight. I've worked with all of you under the chairmanship of Greg. You've got some great leaders. And can I close tonight in the same way that I attempted to open with very poor Armenian? Kashir Pari.